guys like the blue background? We got the blue sleepy LEDs today. Okay, let's get going. No distractions, okay? This video is about stress, okay? We're gonna clear up a misconception about stress, and I'm gonna be providing you with 4 practical tips to help manage and lower your stress levels and allow stress to work for you, not against you. So, the first thing I just want to talk about, clear up a little misconception. Most people think stress is entirely bad, like a fully negative thing, just something that you never want to be stressed. And part of that is true, obviously. Being stressed reduces your testosterone, being stressed makes you more agitated, like increase your heart rate. Obviously, if not all of us have experienced stress, obviously, right? So you probably know that it doesn't like feel the best. You be a little agitated and you might be like quick to anger, yada, yada, yada. Stress, obviously, has negative effects. But we're often so distracted by these negative effects, we forget that stress is something we're biologically supposed to feel, and therefore it's supposed to help us, right? Like our body doesn't do anything for no fucking reason, just to like dig us down, right? Just to like fucking dig a pit and like shove us in it. Our body does things for a reason. And the reason we get a stress response is because our body realizes, wait, we're fucked about something. Holy shit. And then because we're fucked about that thing, it gives us a stress response. We feel stressed, so we work harder. This is why eventually you stop procrastinating. So if you're a chronic procrastinator, procrastinate all the time, and let's say you got an assignment due, right? Like a fucking essay, 2,000 word essay on macroeconomics or neuroscience. If you're a chronic procrastinator, you'll procrastinate until your stress response, okay? Your stress response overrides like your addiction to your bad habits and your desire to procrastinate. And then that's when you'll be like, oh fuck, now I have to do work. So your stress response is what causes you to like do that like last minute like hour cramming, okay? Which is better than nothing. If you didn't have the stress response, you probably wouldn't do that. You just like continue just procrastinating until the end. Again, this is bro science, so please don't fucking like quote me. Don't write no science fucking essays about me, okay? I'm not a fucking scientist. This is like bro science, okay? If Andrew Huberman is watching this, I'm so sorry. I know I disappointed you. I will be talking about something Andrew Huberman later, okay? So just clear up a little bit of stress thing. Stress can be good for you, and acknowledging this and managing and using stress to your advantage, using stress to actually make you more productive is like the end goal of the video. Of course, with modern shit, our human bodies, like our biological systems are so fucked up with like we don't even wake up to the sun anymore. We like eat food whenever. Like all of these things are fucked up. So our stress responses are very fucked up as well. So let's just get straight into the practical tips, because that's going to teach you how you can like manage your stress response. So the first one is just a tool from Andrew Huberman. So this is where science comes back into the equation, okay? Called the physiological sigh. And this is just a way of breathing that lowers your stress levels just immediately, always, okay? And I remember the science behind this. I'm pretty sure, okay? You can correct me if I get it wrong. But the way it goes is that when you inhale, right, what happens is your diaphragm contracts. Your diaphragm is the muscle that controls your lungs. It contracts, which means your lungs get bigger. Obviously, you're inhaling. You're breathing in air, right? But just in getting bigger, your lungs also get pulled down. That's what the diaphragm does. That's how they get bigger. Your lungs get pulled down. And because your lungs get pulled down ever so slightly, your heart actually expands because the lungs are no longer like pressing on your heart as much. It has a little more room. And because it has a little more room, blood pressure decreases because now there's like more places there's more area for the volume to go because the heart's ever so slightly bigger. And because of that, your brain sends a signal to your SA node. It sends a signal to your SA node to tell your heart to breathe, to beat faster. Because like, remember, you have a lower heart rate, you have a lower blood pressure, right? And your brain is trying to get that back up to normal levels, so thus it increases your heart rate. Your heart beats faster, which means, more stress. That was just a bunch of sciencey bullshit. I kind of just want to say it to prove that I knew it. But in other words, long extended inhales will increase your heart rate. And that means the opposite long extended exhales will decrease your heart rate. And decreasing your heart rate is what we want, because if you decrease your heart rate beats slower, less stress. Okay, you're more chill, you're more relaxed, you're more like nonchalant, whatever. And if you want, like, go back to the science, that's because, you know, when you exhale, your lungs are as close to your heart as they can. Your heart's a little squeezed, blood pressure goes up, your brain wants to return that blood pressure to normal levels, and so it's going to send signals to your fuck, I'm searching this up. I actually learned this in bio last year, so it kind of makes me mad. Sinoatrial node, okay? Your brain sends a signal to your sinoatrial node to beat slower. So the way you do this is you just breathe normally, right? But you make your exhale incredibly exaggerated and long. So this is just an example. I don't know if you can hear it. I'll just like, it's going to be awkward. I'm just staring at the camera while I do this. Right? That's basically what you do. You just like, minus the fucking kiss. You just stay in a state of exhale for longer, for very long. And you do this literally like 5 times. You can feel your stress go down. Yeah, that's the physiological side. The second tip I have for you, I have to go look at my notes. What are my notes? Spike it in the morning, right? So this is a tool you can use to manage your stress. I want to see how long I've been recording. Give me a second. 6 minutes? Okay, we're good. This is a tool you use to manage your stress better. And basically, how it works, the science behind it, this is also actual science, I remember this from Andrew Huberman, is that your body's going to spike your cortisol at least once a day to sort of time your circadian rhythm, right? That's just like biological human functions. So you're going to get a humongous spike response, stress response, at least once per day. And the problem is, you're supposed to get it in the morning because you're supposed to wake up to the sun in the morning. Or if you're like a caveman, you're supposed to wake up to some like noise because you think it's like a boar attacking your fucking village or some shit, right? You're supposed to get it right as you wake up in the morning. But because like modern day humans, contemporary society, we wake up nice and soft in our fucking beds to our like sweet alarm. We wake up, there's immediately food, there's no danger. We don't wake up to sun. We don't even look at the sun. It might even be blackout if you wake up at 5:30 fucking a.m. I did not wake up good today, bro. But we don't get this stress response in the morning anymore. And especially if you sleep irregularly, like your sleep is all fucked up, it's all jumbled, your stress response actually drifts later and later into the day, okay? And that's why, like, you know, that's why sometimes randomly during the day, you might just get you just might feel hella stress for no reason. And that's just your body hitting that stress response because it's not properly timed. The way you properly time it is, ready for this? You spike your cortisol purposefully in the morning through a stressful activity. Now, there are 3 main ones, okay? The best and the most natural one is to view sunlight. So, get out, moment you wake up, look at the sun, not directly at the sun. Don't fucking fry your retinas, okay? I don't want anybody going outside staring at the sun, fry their retinas, and they blame me, okay? I did not tell you to stare directly at the sun, but get sunlight in your eyes, right? Look maybe fucking 20 degrees to the right or the left, as long as it doesn't hurt. And looking through a window or something doesn't help. I'm pretty sure Andrew Huberman said like 100,000 lux, but to be honest, I don't even know what a fucking lux is. Like, I don't know how much a lux is, but just go outside 5-10 minutes, depends on if it's cloudy or if it's really sunny. The next best thing you can do, because I wake up at 5:30 because I like to get work done before, so I can't really look at the sun because it's 5:30, so there's no fucking sun out, right? The next best thing you can do, which I do, is cold shower. So cold shower in the morning, you can just imagine, like, for anyone who's ever cold showered, you know why this increases your stress, right? It's fucking cold, you're freezing. It fucking sucks. And don't be a pussy. I used to be a fucking pussy shit. I used to do a hot shower, and at the end of the hot shower, I'd cold shower for like 30 seconds or a minute. But that is not nearly as fucking hard as just taking all your clothes off, take your pants off, and just go in like butt booty naked into the cold water right away. So that's just what I do. You just increase my stress, and then it just times my stress response. Matter of fact, literally this morning, like I could feel it, okay? I was a little late on my morning routine. I was like about like 15 minutes late. And right at the time where I normally cold shower, I just felt like a huge stress, I just felt so stressed and agitated just for a little bit because like I hadn't cold showered yet, right? And then I cold showered and everything was like fucking fine and everything, right? But you can just like see how like this shit actually works, and it does actually time your like cortisol spike. It also times your circadian rhythm. Okay, secret side tip, side benefit is it also here. We'll get closer. It times your circadian rhythm so that you can also fall asleep better. So spiking your cortisol in the morning, getting natural sunlight, and or cold showering, and I forgot there's a third one. Yeah, do any exercise. Okay, any exercise is also gonna spike your cortisol, but doing any of these three things is also gonna make your sleep way fucking better. Okay, so if you made it this far, which is 10 minutes. Oh shit, I have to stop the recording. Yeah, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I just want to say I'm very grateful for you. And, you're doing awesome, bro. You're saying, watch my videos. You're already great. So, let's talk. The third tip is a very obvious one, so I'm not going to go into depth. It's just do a relaxating activity. Holy fuck. Now, this is incredibly obvious, right? You know this. This is probably base human instinct. If you're stressed, base human instinct is to do a relaxation activity. Examples of which vary to everyone, right? Everyone has different means of relaxation, but some common ones are going on a walk. Big one. That's the one I do. I go on a walk. If you have a pet, go like hang out with your pet. That's scientifically proven by like infinite studies to reduce stress. So, hang out with your pets. If you like reading, go read. If you like listening to music, go listen to music. Just fucking whatever. Do it for like a short amount of time, reduce your stress response. It's really not like to be honest, I don't even know why it's in the fucking video. Like, I think everyone knows this, so kind of useless. The last thing I have, wait, I'm gonna cough. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Fuck, it went away. Fuck, never mind. Fuck, bro. Okay, the last thing, the fourth practical tip is to just not procrastinate. So this is another one for reducing your stress levels, okay? So not that much about managing, sorry. The only one I have is spike your cortisol, but reducing your stress levels, you have to not procrastinate. Because remember what I was talking about earlier in the video, how one way stress manifests is that you're procrastinating, right? You're procrastinating a deadline, and the closer you get to that deadline, the more stress you feel. So there's like a thing called eat the frog is a concept, a thing I talk about often. Quick analogy. I actually explained this to my dad yesterday, which is kind of a coincidence. You have 2 plates, right? You have to finish both plates. You have to eat both. One has a frog on it, like it's cooked, but it's like a frog, and it's unappetizing frog. It's not like a French delicacy frog. If you're French, whatever, you like eating frogs, fuck it, sure. Then pretend it's like a caterpillar or some shit, like a cooked bug or something, right? But you get the point. It's like a frog. It's cooked. It's kind of gross. It's kind of disgusting. It's slimy. It's icky, but you can eat it. It doesn't poison you. The other one is like a lavish meal. It's your favorite fucking meal of all time. It's your mom's home cooked meal that you haven't had in like years or some shit. And you're told you have to finish both of these. 99% of people are going to eat the lavish meal first and then eat the frog because they're procrastinators, right? They're doing the easy thing first and then the hard thing. What the smart person does, what Aristotle does, Socrates, all these other people do, Seneca, they eat the frog first so that way they can just enjoy the meal completely guilt-free. Because while I'm eating this meal, right, I'm going to be thinking about how I have to eat this frog. I'm going to have this stress response in my body talking about like, ugh, I have to eat that frog. Oh, it looks so fucking gross. Whereas if I eat the frog, I stomach it. Ugh, it's so gross. Then I can just enjoy the lavish meal. I don't have to think about eating the frog at all. Ergo, like me using a fancy word, ergo, no stress. So it's basically procrastination, right? Procrastination is you do the easy thing first, eat the lavish meal, you save the frog or whatever thing you're procrastinating for later. If you don't procrastinate and you develop this mentality of eating the frog, of always doing the hardest thing first in your life, you're never going to have super high levels of stress. You're also not going to need stress to push you because you're always like on time, you're always managed, you're not ever like stressed about what am I saying, bro? You're not ever like wasting time, and you're not going to be like, when you're relaxating, you're like reading or you're walking or doing anything, you're not going to have to think about like the big task you're doing. I have a lot of videos because I think this is a very important topic, so you can check out my Eat the Frog videos in like about 30 seconds after the conclusion, because that's basically everything I have to say, right? I'm completed with the roadmap. We're done with the video. I just want to say thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. Every single view, every single comment, every single like is like genuinely warms my heart. If you like this video, you want to see more of it, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me out. It's like a win-win for both of us, right? Because if you subscribe to a self-improvement channel, that shows like commitment and everything. So it's a win-win for both of us. I get a sub, you get self-improvement advice, yada yada yada. But yeah, this is everything, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.